We received approval of that request within the last hour. This declaration enables us to access federal assets so that we can deploy additional generators to critical facilities like hospitals, support sheltering operations, provide emergency food, water, and fuel, get help from the Forest Service to remove downed trees. We are grateful for the partnership of the federal government and its quick approval of our request. At the state level, we have shipped more than 100 pallets of meals and drinking water across the state, in addition to more than 700 cots and blankets. The State Highway Patrol is ready to clear roads and respond to emergencies. NCDOT is fully stocked with fuel and salt to respond to the weather around the clock. 21 counties are opening warming stations, 7 counties are opening shelters. We expect more to happen over the course of the day. Now, here's what you can do. Stay informed. Make sure you're following your local media, the National Weather Service, and your local emergency management agency for the latest updates and recommendations. Next, double check your plan for how your household will function if the power goes out. How will you safely keep warm? What will you eat? Who will you call for help in case you need it? Be ready to reach out to family, neighbors, or authorities if you are without power for an extended period of time. Lastly, don't forget to check on your loved ones, your neighbors, or anyone you know who might be vulnerable. When we see someone who needs help, we extend a helping hand. That's the North Carolina way. The safest way for us to get through a storm like this is to do it together. Thank you, and I'll now invite forward Director Ray and then Secretary Johnson.
Thank you, Governor, and good morning, everyone. Winter storm warnings, ice storm warnings, and winter weather advisories are going into effect starting midday today for western areas of our state and later this evening farther east. These warnings and advisories remain in effect until Monday across much of the state. Significant wintry precipitation is forecast over the weekend with major impacts lingering into early next week as dangerously cold temperatures are forecast. Light wintry precipitation has already begun across the far western portions of our state, but impacts will be limited until accumulation begins around midday across the mountains. Mixed wintry precipitation will expand into central and eastern portions of our state by late this afternoon and into the evening hours. Sleet, freezing rain, and rain will continue through Sunday and into early Monday. Major impacts from significant ice accumulations are forecast across the southern mountain regions and into portions of the Blue Ridge Escarpment, where 3/4 to over 1 inch of ice accumulations are expected. At this time, much of the Piedmont is forecast to receive greater than 1/4 inch of ice accumulations. The greatest snow and sleet accumulations are expected across northern portions of the mountains and the northwest Piedmont, where 2 to 4 inches is forecast. While precipitation may begin as light snow, most of the accumulations will be from sleet. With cold temperatures settling into the region, any accumulations will linger into early next week and black ice is possible each night. All North Carolinians should be finalizing plans now and should be prepared to stay home and off the roadways starting later today through early next week. The State Emergency Response Team, including all of our interagency partners, the private sector, our nonprofit and volunteer agencies remain activated. There are 51 local states of emergency, and as the Governor said, 21 local emergency operations center activated or are in monitoring status. We continue to support commodity distribution, and as of this morning, the State Emergency Response Team has distributed approximately 120 pallets of MREs, or meals ready to eat, and drinking water to assist communities with shelter or warming center operations. This is in addition to approximately 1,100 cots and blankets to supplement local supplies, as well as the commodities that have been shipped into local communities over the past several months as we work to build local capacity. Many communities across the state are opening shelter locations or warming stations. For the most up-to-date information on those resources available in your community, please visit your local government and local emergency management agency's website and social media accounts. The North Carolina National Guard and the entirety of the North Carolina State Highway Patrol are active and on station today across the state to assist local communities and state partners with clearing roadways, responding to emergencies, and with transportation needs. 95 National Guard force packages are on station and will be assisting with clearing roadways from downed trees, helping disabled motorists, supplementing first responders, and assisting with commodity distribution. These force packages remain at approximately 454 soldiers, 182 vehicles, and 3 UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters. We remain in close coordination with our energy sector partners who are represented here at the State Emergency Operations Center and will be closely monitoring power outage information to quickly assist in restoring power in our communities that may see outages. The North Carolina Forest Service remains with their resources on station and personnel staged across the state that are ready to assist local first responders with roadway clearing where needed. Our communications personnel and equipment, as we have discussed in previous days, have been pre-deployed to assist with degradation of the 911 systems, radio systems, and phone or data systems. If you have an emergency and call 911 and another community's 911 center answers, do not hang up. Provide them with detailed information about your situation, your location, and they can and will assist you. As a reminder, 911 should be used for emergencies only. For general information, please call 211 or follow your local government and emergency management websites and social media accounts. We will continue to work with the entire state emergency response team, our local and state governments, the private sector, our nonprofit and volunteer agencies, as the forecast continues to evolve to ensure we can support our 11 million North Carolinians. Finally, as I said yesterday, please check on your friends, your family members, your neighbors, or those in your community who may need additional support this weekend. We're going to see significant winter storm impacts, and we are stronger and more resilient together. Thank you, Governor. I'll now turn it over to Secretary Johnson from NCDOT.
Thank you, Governor and Director Roy. As we start to see some of the initial waves of this storm in the western part of our state, I want to reiterate what others have said this morning. Please avoid travel this weekend unless it's absolutely necessary. By staying off the roads the next few days, you'll not only help keep you and your family safe, you'll help keep our crews, emergency responders, and other personnel safe as they do their important work. If you choose to drive in the conditions that we anticipate will impact our roads, you are rolling the dice with poor odds. The risk of crashing in these conditions is high, which can lead to serious injury or being stranded in a disabled vehicle in bitterly cold conditions. One thing that's important to note in the days ahead is that freezing temperatures will continue to create hazardous conditions on the roads. Just because precipitation isn't falling doesn't mean it's safe to travel. If you're traveling by rail, please check Amtrak and NC by train for updated schedules, as many routes are closing ahead of the storm. Ferry routes may also be impacted due to high winds. Please check schedules ahead of any travel. NCDOT crews have been working tirelessly this week on pre-storm preparations. I'm grateful for all their efforts and for the work they'll do to help clear the roads in the days ahead. We have crews strategically placed across the state and ready to help with clearing roads, cutting branches, and assisting our utility partners in cases involving damaged power lines. More than 2,000 DOT employees will be working around the clock the next several days to address storm impacts. We've poured our full effort into preparing for this event because we aren't taking chances with your safety. I encourage everyone to stay informed and, if at all possible, to stay put throughout the duration of this storm and until it's deemed safe to travel. People can visit drivenc.gov to view the latest road conditions and other storm-related information. Thank you. I'll turn it back over to Governor Stein for questions.
Thank you, Secretary Johnson. If folks have questions, please go to one of the microphones on either side. And if there are no questions in the room, are there any questions online?
Andy Tans with WCAB News. May I ask your question?
Hi, I'm Annie Dan. With the winter storm hitting communities that are still recovering from Hurricane Helene, will the state help with debris cleanup? And are you concerned about the risk of diseases like measles in emergency shelters? How is the state addressing that?
I will invite forward the Secretary of Health and Human Services to answer the second question. We are concerned about the double whammy impact in Western North Carolina. There are already a lot of downed trees left on the ground from the last storm, Hurricane Helene, and any future trees falling will create more headaches, create more fuel on the ground once we get into wildfire season. We intend to work closely with our partners at the state Forest Service and the U.S. Forest Service to make sure roadways are cleared, power lines are not impacted, and do everything we can to help people in Western North Carolina get through this with the minimum impact possible. As it relates to transmittable diseases, Secretary?
Great. Thank you, Governor. You know, anytime we have individuals in close quarters, we worry about any kind of communicable disease. So we ask that individuals practice those things that we've been talking about for a long time. If you're sick, keep your distance. If you happen to touch surfaces or are close to others, wash your hands frequently. Hand hygiene, keeping your distance are going to be two important things, particularly if you're in close quarters.
Any other questions online?
Annie Dance has another question. Annie, go ahead.
Just a quick follow-up about the roads. You had mentioned, the Secretary mentioned when deemed safe to travel. When do you expect that to be?
We don't know. We have to see how heavy a wallop this storm brings. The fear is the lingering cold into next week will continue to have real impacts on folks' ability to travel. If there's an area that's in the shade, if it's a bridge or an overpass where it's not getting ground temperature, those areas tend to stay icy beyond when you would think the ice should be there. And so we will, over the course of the coming days, have more information, more guidance for drivers. Drivenc.gov. Did I get that correct? Every time I throw out a website, I got to be worried. Folks should check drivenc.gov for the latest information in their part of the state. That's the other thing is you might be in the Far East and things actually may be better on Monday. But then you may be up in Boone or Watauga County and it's still hazardous to drive. So folks really need to be paying attention to what's going on in their local community.
We have another question online from Jose Sandoval with Blue Ridge Public Radio.
Hey, thank you. You know, just to ask as well, you know, we're based out of Western North Carolina. Are there any concerns about losing phone service or phone signal? Any concerns like that for the region?
We are worried. We're worried about the impact of the storm on all kinds of infrastructure, whether it's roads and being able to drive, or whether it's phones, being able to talk to each other, or whether it's water or wastewater. So we're just on our toes, working in conjunction, not only at the state level, but with our local partners and with our private sector partners so that we can be as responsive to whatever hiccups come along the way.
There are no additional questions online.
Thank you all very much. Good luck getting through the next couple days.
to you soon. Switch
Oh.
switch your camera to you.
Hey, are y'all going to me first, or do I toss to Marissa, or what? Can y'all repeat the situation? What's happening next? I wonder if any of these businesses are closed.
Like a whole lot of look. I go up that way and then come down
Okay.
Sundance Square. The buses are still running. The buses are running, but the people are not out.
Yeah. I still hear the, you hear the,
The music.
barely. Kind of, I don't think it's you, Brenda. I think it's my IFB, but I can hear you slightly. Okay, not till the second block. Okay. Oh, thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Hey, what is this going on down here?
Oh, yeah.
Stop, boy. Don't run that light, boy. Oh, they wouldn't know it.
Hmm?
I said, don't run that light.
Oh.
I thought the camera, they would have said, shh. Yeah, I know. But it's not, it's the camera, it's on you. So
Yeah, it's on me.
What the hell is happening down there, though? You see all this?
What is this?
Oh, no, it's something going on. I think that's the other lawyer, right?
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, what is this? Let's drive past it and see. Let's drive past it and see. I'll get some video.
When I be in my duck, they driving off. What the hell?
No, no.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Brenda. I didn't hear you. What did you say? Okay.
What's here? Some kind of fire.
Yeah.
They thought they had a fire or something. Then no. Hey, they got Starbucks right here.
Oh, yeah. After our next hit, we can do that.
Right there. What did
Yeah.
they open to? You see 'em?
Yeah. Long line. For sure. I can put, let me see if I can put an order in. Order ahead, not available. All the other ones are closed. That's the only one open.
Oh.
We'll have to go in and order it though. I was gonna order my app, but they won't. They won't.
You got an app.
Yeah. But it's good to know because most things are closed around here. I think Michael might be tossing to me again. So I don't know if we're coming up. We should have about, Brenda, what'd you say, like 4 minutes? I think we should go back to like central downtown because how much longer do we have until our hit? Okay, that's okay. Go back maybe central downtown so we can say like it's kind of a ghost town out here. There's nothing open, and it'll give me something else to talk about. Okay, less than 2. Okay. Okay.
Oh, they could do a live shot.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of. Maybe at noon we can do that. Okay. With the Weather Channel, or who is that? No, that's. I don't have my contacts in. Okay. Oh yeah, this will be good. If we can pull over right here, give you all anyone behind you. I think we're about to be soon. I think we're soon. Okay. Hi, Robbie. Well, we've been on the interstate, so I thought we'd show you what some of the side roads. Wait. What? Wait, what's happening? I'm not mad at you, Brenda. I just, like, I'm so confused. Okay.
I'm in the bus lane.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we're next. Hey, Robbie. Well, as more people try to get out here on the roads, we are starting to see more drivers spin off, lose control, and crash. And so that's why police officers are all across Fort Worth right now responding to these crashes. But we've been showing you, visuals of the interstate all morning long. So we wanted to come downtown Fort Worth just to show you what some of the roads look like down here. As I mentioned earlier, you can see a lot of the side roads and anything that's not an interstate or priority has not been cleared yet. So that's what we're seeing down here. What we're about to turn to, you can see another news station right there. We can see, the roads are still covered with a layer of sleet right now. And that's the biggest concern as we continue to see more and more layers come down. The conditions are only going to also get worse. Now, another thing I wanted to point it out, Robbie, downtown is that most of the businesses are shut down. We were trying to get a Starbucks and most of them they're all closed. You can see most of the restaurants closed as well. So pretty much a ghost town down here when you're talking about Saturday in the middle of the day. People are usually out and about getting lunch and, just out in Sundance Square. And it is really a ghost town. So a good reminder to stay in. Do not get out if you don't have to, especially out here on the roads. Again, we spoke with Buddy with the Fort Worth Police Department earlier. And he was just saying that leave, the roads for emergency crews to get to where they need to be today, because that is really the high priority. One other thing I want to point out is how fabulous the tech stock crews have been. We really can't go on the interstate without seeing a sand truck or a brine truck, and they even have snow plows. They are making sure that the roads are as passable as possible for those travelers that do have to get out this morning. But again, if you can stay home today, that's the best advice from officials all across the Metroplex. Robbie, back to you. Maybe. Thanks. Let me know if I can bring you back something. Thanks. Okay. We're clear for 45 minutes and they'll come back to us at noon. You want something from Starbucks? It's on me.